Best scorers in the game in Steph Curry and Devin Booker going head to head. And early on, it was D-Book showing us what he's got in his bag. Turnaround jumper, that's nice. Steph has been absolutely unguardable this year. Like, nobody can stop him, and they didn't do it in this game either. Knocks down the three. A little later on, Curry dribbling into the paint. Gets the reverse lay-in to go, plus the foul. He hits 17 points in the quarter. In the second, Draymond, he knows what to do. Give it to Steph. Hits the corner three. A little later on, I have no idea how Steph got this. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Curry, 31 points in the half, the most points by a player at a half this season. However, and this is the key thing, Phoenix still up 72-65. Gonna find Cameron Payne, who's been playing so well in the absence of Chris Paul. He had 29 points, 7 assists in the game. That's a career high, by the way, 29 for him. Booker, 3 of his 27. Phoenix extending their lead, 101-86. Curry did whatever he could, and he was doing it all. Hits the three, Anthony Lamb. Back to Steph, who had 50 points in the game. 50 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. The 11th time in Steph's career he has had 50 points. Yet Giannis Antetokounmpo, Donovan Mitchell, both averaging over 30 points per game coming into this contest. And you know what? Mitchell, this dude has been nice with it. Looking so comfortable in the Cavs uniform. Gets that bucket to go right there. A little later on, ball's going to find its way back to Mitchell. In spite of no hesitation, drops the three. He had 16 points in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Giannis, too big, too strong, gets the putback to go. Darius Garland, coming off a huge game against the Timberwolves. He had 51 points. In this one, had 23 and 8 assists. Cleveland up by 10 at that point. Give the Bucks credit, though. They're injury-riddled at the moment. Different guys stepping up. Brook Lopez won at the break. In the third, the Bucks going a 27-8 run, sparked by Giannis. Then Javon Carter gonna find Lopez for the three. That's from way deep. Yeah, why not go back to Brook? Somebody should probably guard Brook Lopez. He was 7-9 from three, had 3 blocks, 29 huge points. Milwaukee pulling away. You're not stopping that. Giannis, 16, 12, and 8. And then everything just kind of falling the Bucks' way. This one just gonna rattle in as the Milwaukee Bucks have a great second half and beat the Cavs 113.
As they get set to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, we get started with Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis connecting on the alley-oop. Later, it's Porzingis with a monster jam plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. He had 27 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists by 13 at the half. Third quarter, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander looking to bring the Thunder back. It's a tough layup to go, then walks into a three-point shot. He had 19 points in the third quarter. OKC now by 1. Fourth quarter, Bradley Beal steps back and hits the jumper with less than 3 to go, putting Washington up by 2. Responding for Oklahoma City, of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander lays that one in. We're tied at 118, less than 10 seconds to go. Bradley Beal stops on a dime and hits the go-ahead jumper. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Washington up by 2 now, less than 5 seconds to go. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a beautiful three-pointer with just over a second remaining. Oklahoma City is up by 1. Wizards looking for Beal on the inbound play. It goes out of bounds. Oklahoma City hangs on Pacers, and we pick up action in the second quarter. Jalen McDaniels gets it to P.J. Washington for the three-pointer. That is money. Then it's Terry Rozier out to LaMelo Ball for the three. That goes down as Ball pushing up the court and just sort of pulls up on a three-pointer there. 26 points, 6 assists on the game. Benedict Mathurin drives and hits the little teardrop. He had 20 points. The rookie's just a terrific player. Now Miles Turner gets the jam. 20 points, 10 rebounds for Turner. Tyrese Halliburton crossover, hits the step-back three. He had 22 points and 11 assists, and Indiana's up by 9. LaMelo Ball tries to save the ball, but he tweaks his ankle later on this play. You can see him sort of limping. You're going to want to stick and stay with NBA.com for any updates on his condition. There it is, just sort of rolling his left ankle as he goes out of bounds. Indiana gets the win on this to the top of the Eastern Conference standings, taking on Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. They were an Eastern Conference finalist a couple of years ago. We pick up action in the early going. Jaylen Brown makes the turnaround fadeaway jumper there. Then it's Jason Tatum driving and getting the layup. Nice little spin to get himself free. Hits the layup there. Beautiful move. Then Tatum in the corner drills the three-pointer. He had 19 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Just a complete game from Jason Tatum, and Boston up by 16 at that point. DeJounte Murray drives, strong move there, gets the layup. He had 19 points and 5 assists. Off an inbounds, Peyton Pritchard pushes the ball, hits the deep three-pointer at Trae Young. Hunting from deep, knocking down the three-pointer from way outside. 27 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. Derek White now fires in the pass inside to Grant Williams. He lays it in. Boston by 13. Trae Young throws the lob. Look at John Collins. Just mashed that thing all over Luke Cornett. But Boston still in front by 16 points. Jaylen Brown back home in Atlanta and looking good. Gets the basket for the layup there. 22 points, 5 rebounds. Down to Orlando to take on the Magic. And Anthony Edwards off to a strong start in this one. Gets the steal, and then on the other end just stops and nails a three. If he's left open, he's going to knock that shot down. Then on the break, D'Angelo Russell alley-oop it, and boy, Edwards can go and get it. He threw that one down. Then a step-back triple. He had 19 points in the first quarter alone. In the second quarter, he's sharing now. Anthony Edwards on the break over to Karl Anthony Towns for the and 25. Third quarter, Anthony Edwards drives through the defense for the tough little layup plus the foul. After the free throw, it was 84-63. Orlando making a run, though. Jalen Suggs gets it back, knocks down the three-point shot, plus he's fouled. He had 23 points on the game, and it's a 9-point game after the made free throws. The boy Anthony Edwards has an answer over Bol Bol. He goes for 35 pointers. We pick up action in the second quarter. Duncan Robinson, the bounce pass to the cutting and jumping Max Strus for the poster jam. Huge stuff there. He had 15 points in the first half. Miami up by 7. Fred VanVleet misses a shot. OG Anunoby there for the putback. 14 points, 5 rebounds in the first half. Miami on the business end of this alley-oop off the dish from Fred VanVleet. Then VanVleet knocks down a 3 to force a Miami timeout. This is part of a 21-0 Raptors run. It's 80-70 Toronto at that point, but Miami fights back. Kyle Lowry back in Toronto, quite comfortable there. Knocks down a corner three, had 19 points in the game. Then Strus, short jumper. He had 20. Less than 4 to go. It's a 2-point game. VanVleet blocked, but Anunoby gets it and puts it in. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists in the game for Anunoby. Chris Boucher cuts back door. He gets the stuff here. 15 points, 10 rebounds for Boucher. And
Doncic sitting this one out. Rest day for him. Not so for KJ Martin. Wow. Kenyon's son flying through a little extra oomph there. Maybe a little too much. That knee, that's going to hit Dwight Powell in the face. Martin given a flagrant 1 foul for that. Meanwhile, Spencer Dinwiddie to Christian Wood, who had a big night, hits the 3. Dallas up by 6 at that point. You know Jalen Green's a walking bucket, all right? Green pulling up transition 3 at the buzzer. He had 17 points, 7 rebounds in the fourth. Someone's got to step up in Luka's absence. Tim Hardaway Jr. was one of those guys. 28 points off the bench. Meanwhile, we get back to Wood up top. Puts it down. He had 26 off the prime. Game tied at 81. But in the fourth, the Rockets, Alperen Şengün. Wow, he is having a great year. And then Kevin Porter Jr., he's got that shot in his bag. He had 17 and 11 as Houston and the Nuggets hosting Julius Randle and the Knicks. Denver undefeated at home early in the season. However, Randle didn't seem to care. He was cooking early and often. Hits the jumper. Randle, he's had a really nice stretch of games as of late. Gonna pull up, hit the 3. He had 24, has been really nice. His game is really starting to round into form. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists in this game. Denver at that point up by 3. Checking on Bones Highland, why not? Guy's a stud. I don't know how he got that one off, but he did. Hits the 3 to beat the buzzer. The fourth we go, and it's Randle going old school. backing in. Lots of contact right there. Randall, 34 points, 11 rebounds, but he was doing it defensively too. Sacrifices a body, hooks up Jalen Brunson right here, who had 21 in the game. A little later on, Highland off the bench is so dynamic. 21 points for him. He is so much fun to watch. However, this one comes down to the wire. Denver needs a bucket. Jamal goes for 3 for the tie. It does not go down as the New York Knicks
on the Chicago Bulls. No Zion Williamson, still dealing with that right foot contusion. We start you off with the first, CJ McCollum. About him draining the step back 3. He had 10 points in the opening quarter. DeMar DeRozan makes the elbow jumper, 28 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists in the game. For DeRozan, we're tied up at 44. Brandon Ingram to Trey Murphy for the 3 from way outside. Then Murphy blocks Zach LaVine, and we go the other way. How about this? Finishing with the jam on the other end. Just an explosive play from Murphy as he goes in and crushes that. And yep, Zion appreciates it, so that's a misses inside. And that doesn't matter because he just goes back up and dunks it home over Andre Drummond. Just a strong, bouncy move there from Murphy, who had 19 points, 10 rebounds, his first career double-double. McCollum now banks in the floater. He had 23 points. New Orleans up by 25. Jonas Valanciunas now stuffing that one home. He had 22 points, 7 rebounds, and the Pelicans.
Brooklyn Nets taking the floor in Portland. Jeremy Grant lobs it up to Shaedon Sharpe for the slam. Shaedon Sharpe had 20 points in the game. Brooklyn up 20 off the Durant turnover. Simons goes behind the back, scores the layup plus the foul. Anthony Simons breaks down the defense, drives for the tough layup. Simons had 24 points in the game. Portland up 82-71. In the third, Kevin Durant hits the jumper. He gets fouled. He makes the free throw. Portland up by 1 still. Nets in transition. KD makes the layup. Kevin Durant finished with 35 points and 8 rebounds. Brooklyn up 97-95. Damian Lillard with the ball, spins to the basket, scores the layup. Lillard had 25, 11 assists in the game. Nets moving the ball. Watanabe hits the 3. Utah, Watanabe finished with 20 points in the game. Damian Lillard finds Nurkic for the basket plus the foul. Nurkic with the finish. He had 17 points and 8 rebounds in the game. Scores tied at 107. KD misses the jumper, and Royce O'Neal tips it in. Royce O'Neal with the clutch play off the Kevin Durant miss. Brooklyn's up 109-107. One last shot for the Blazers with 0.1 on the clock. Lillard lobs it towards the rim, but the ball is tipped and it's no good. Tip-off for the Sacramento Kings. Starting things off in the second quarter, Davion Mitchell throws an alley-oop pass to a cutting Metu, who puts it down. Sacramento up 45-30. Kevin Huerter grabs the rebound, sends a pass to De'Aaron Fox, who catches the ball, drives the lane, lays one in. Sacramento up 69-64. Jones dribbles around the top of the key, drops in the floater. Sacramento up by 2. Devin Vassell brings the ball up, knocks down the jumper. He had 29 in the game. Lyles brings the ball up, drives the lane, lays in a shot, draws the foul. Domantas Sabonis gives the ball to Malik Monk, who drives, hesitates, banks one in. Monk had 26 points in the game. Final score, Sacramento Kings win it. Leonard returning to action for the Los Angeles Clippers against the Spurs. Leonard gets the heavily contested turnaround jumper to fall. Clippers are up 9-6. For Detroit, Burks misses the 3, but Jalen Duren is there for the putback dunk. 2 hands for safety for Duren. Detroit's up 17-11. Paul George gets open in the corner. He hits the 3. Scores tied at 30 apiece. For the Pistons, Jaden Ivey finds Bogdanovich. He finds the bottom of the net for 3. Detroit's up 38-33. Reggie Jackson for the Clippers. Deep 3 attempt, and it's good. Detroit's up 41-40, halftime score. As Ivy passes out to Bogdanovich, he nails another 3. Detroit's up 58-53. For the Clippers, John Wall finds Terrence Mann, who drives and scores on the reverse layup. He draws the foul, and he makes the free throw. Clippers up 67-65. Jackson from the corner, he ties the game with a 3. It's tied at 73. Paul George comes up with the steal, the defensive play, and he converts it to easy offense on the other end. Clippers up 85-79. George drives, alley-oop to Zubac for the slam. Clippers, they pull away. Final